On the surface, the dispute stems from a relatively minor incident. In seeking to fix a leaking gutter, both parties believed they had rights pertaining to the works, where, as the property owner, Tony believed he maintained the right to refuse the work, whilst Yasser believed he had the right to fix non-compliant buildings. Tony believes his rights have been violated, and in a display of power and anger, smashes the gutter, which then leads to Yasser's insult. Disputes often escalate due to emotions, and these emotions can block the negotiation process. The depth of this exchange lies in the histories of these individuals, with this incident acting as a proxy for deep-seated, emotion-laden Palestinian-Lebanese grievances. In disputes, positions are the things people claim to want and the outward manifestations of interests. Following Tony's complaint, Yasser's supervisor tries to satisfy everyone's interests by apologising to Tony to protect Yasser's dignity. Unfortunately, this exacerbates Tony's anger as his position demands a personal apology. When Yasser does come to apologise, he is greeted with anti-Palestinian television and Tony's aggressive demeanour. A major catalyst for further escalation was Tony's comment, "I wish Ariel Sharon had wiped you all out," and Yasser's retaliatory punch. The introduction of attorneys Nadine and Wadi marks a shift in powers, rights and interests. Tony and Yasser lose a deal of power and autonomy by no longer self-advocating, and arguments are presented through each attorney's lens. Whilst the legal process offers equality of power and rights, each party differs in interests. Prosecution attorney Wadi offers pro bono representation. He is pro-Christian with first-hand memories of the Lebanese civil war and an interest in maintaining the power balance with his daughter Nadine, and seems less concerned about Tony than having a platform to maintain his prestige and standing. Defence attorney Nadine also offers pro bono representation, but her interests centre around social justice as she carries less resentment from the civil war and seeks to maintain her own professional identity from her father. Interests later evolve around minimising the attorney's inflammatory material as Yasser's job is impacted, threats occur against Tony, and civil unrest ensues. Moore's satisfaction triangle illustrates how the court process served to exacerbate tensions. Whilst procedural needs may have been addressed, substantive and emotional needs were not met. With apologies and respect ultimately being sought, substantive needs represented intangible concepts, whereas courts are better suited to tangible compensations. Emotional needs represent the greatest shortcoming, where past issues received little opportunity for being worked through, and both parties' character comes under attack through the adversarial nature of court. Arguments raised by the legal teams and public nature of proceedings led this case to be treated as an effigy for larger socio-cultural tensions, causing public reaction far beyond what is wanted by the incident alone. Much of the dispute's tension is embroiled in past conflicts. Dispute resolution may have helped uncover interest, elucidate past history, and give insight into the other party's actions. For these reasons, interest-based or transformative mediation would have assisted in resolving the dispute earlier. Transformative mediation addresses underlying emotional issues faced by both parties. This method provides opportunity for parties to hear, acknowledge, and validate each other's perspectives and may be useful for long-standing conflicts that have no clear solution. Additionally, resolution may not be the primary goal, rather than learning to accept and address conflict more constructively. Principled or interest-based negotiation is a joint problem-solving process which aims to remove the adversarial nature of negotiation through parties identifying and mutually satisfying interests. Spencer outlines 4 techniques in principled negotiation which would have assisted in this process. These are outlining objective criteria, separating people from the problem, discovering positions versus interests, and option generation. Applying these techniques would have assisted the characters in working through issues which were causing the dispute to escalate. In summary, whilst the catalyst for this dispute was a minor incident, underlying socio-cultural tensions inflated the magnitude of perceived wrong and each party's entrenched position. Early dispute resolution would have assisted parties in discovering interests and empathising with one another. However, this was not the case, and the dispute escalated through the adversarial and public nature of court, which caused power, rights and interests to evolve throughout in response to new tensions. Transformative or interest-based negotiation would have provided parties opportunity to work through long-standing issues in a productive and mutually beneficial manner.